there, it's Laura here from iHeart Planners, and today I'm gonna show you how to do online grocery shopping. You know, the kind where you order from your computer or your phone and the groceries just show up a couple hours later at your door. And if you haven't tried this before, your life is about to be changed and you're gonna save so much time. So I can't wait to show you exactly how to do it. Now, before we dive in, just go ahead and take a second and hit subscribe and like so you don't miss any more videos from us. And let me tell you how I got started with this. So a couple years ago, I realized that this type of shopping was an option. I personally use InstaCart, and that's what I'll show you how to use. And so I kind of looked at it, I wasn't sure, and then one time I think our whole family, most of us were sick, and I was taking care of a couple sick kids, and it's very hard to get out of the house and go shopping. So I just put it in order and it showed up right away within a couple hours, and it was amazing, and I was somewhat hooked. And as another advantage is during a pandemic, if you do this type of grocery shopping, you never have to have contact with anyone. They'll just leave it right at your doorstep, so you're having less contact, and that's just a super advantage of this method of shopping. And this is pretty much all of the shopping that I have done since the pandemic started. Just to avoid being in the store, since I don't really need to do that, I just get my groceries at my doorstep. And I know it can be a little bit scary if you haven't tried it before, but it's so much easier than you think. And there's some little tips and tricks I'm gonna share along the way to show you some things you might not have thought about how to make this type of grocery shopping a success. So I am getting ready to do my weekly grocery shopping here, and you can see in my area there's several different stores available, which I think is really cool. Even like Sam's Club and Costco, whether you have a membership or not, you can use those. And personally, most weeks I order from Aldi, and then occasionally I will also order some bulk items from Sam's Club, especially paper products. And sometimes if Aldi doesn't have everything or I need a specialty item, I'll do Kroger, Target, something like that. So let's go ahead and do our Aldi. You just select the store that you're ordering from. If you want to order from multiple stores, you can do that. You would just keep switching between the stores and you check out with each one individually. So that's how that works. You're not like searching through a database of all the different stores at once. So here I am in Aldi, and for Aldi, I have the choice of delivery or pickup. I always do delivery. I just want it to show up right at my door, and it tells me right there that it will be available within 2 hours. So that way I kind of know how quickly I could get it. And for me recently, almost always they've come within 2 hours. Occasionally, and especially at the beginning of the pandemic months ago, it would take longer. And I can scroll through here and it's showing me things that I have already purchased on here, which I think is just super, super convenient. So those are things you're most likely to want to rebuy and buy again. So kind of what I do is I usually just go through this list and really quickly add the things that I know that I want to my cart before I even look at my list or plan a meal or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. It just adds it right there. You don't even have to open them up. Now you can if you wanna look at more details, nutritional label, something like that. You can also do this easily on your phone. I usually do it on my computer, but there's a lot of things that you can see. And then if you wanna add more than one, you just keep clicking to up the quantity. So like I want 2 of these, I was able to do that. If you click this and you wanted to take it out of your cart, you would do it like that. So it's really easy to add things to your cart. All right, now that I've gone through and just kind of looked at the items that I have purchased in the past and just to see what I want to add to my cart, then I go through my shopping list and I just check off anything that I've added. I know this might seem kind of backwards, but I can remember what I just added, and I just like getting a whole bunch of stuff off the list at once. Okay, and then I'm gonna go through and just search for the other things that are on our list. And we just kind of keep a list up as we go. If there's something we need, we add it. so I always know that whatever we need is there. And some of the things I'm skipping because I already know that that's an item that Aldi does not sell. I do think keeping your grocery list up with our Alexa, that works really well for us. We can just say, hey, add this to our grocery list. But even if you don't have that, keeping an ongoing list is just a huge sanity saver in terms of time. You already have that ready to go, and also in terms of not forgetting something that you really need. Can't remember if Aldi has coffee pods or not. I think they do. So these are their version of Rotel tomatoes. And then he wants just diced tomatoes. We need chili powder. So it's so much faster to do this than it is to go throughout the store. And I feel like you can actually look at their selection better because you don't have like other people around you and you're not trying to hurry, and you can just look at everything that they have. Now Aldi has much less of a selection than most stores, but still I like that. Okay, so once I have done that, then I will make a meal plan. So I will just write down, usually on my chalkboard in my entry, I'll write down the meals that we have planned for that week. And I will go through my recipes and make sure that we have all the specific ingredients that we need for that. So for this, I know I already have a lot of the ingredients, but I need the carrots and the celery. I want to point out that you can also kind of browse like you would in the store. So if you just want to look for all the different snacks, you can still kind of look through the same way you would in the store. You could view everything together. So that's still an option for you. I feel like most people kind of know what they want already and just search. But if you're just like wanting to browse, hey, what snacks do I want? You can totally do that as well. So now I am ready to check out. So I just go to the shopping cart, and it brings up everything that I have in my cart, so I can do a quick review and make sure these are all things that I want. I can see what my total is and adjust it if needed. This all looks good to me, so I just click go to checkout. Sometimes it'll give you other recommendations. And again, it's kind of saying, hey, are you sure you have everything? A lot of times it'll put things like other people who added these to your cart also added these. Sometimes I look through, most of the time I don't need anything else, but a couple times it has alerted me to something that I actually forgot to put in my cart, so that's been kind of handy. Then you can choose your delivery time, and so you could do this in advance, like, hey, if you know I want my groceries delivered in 2 days, you can schedule it out, or you can just choose the quickest option, which is most of the time what I do. If you have any special delivery instructions, like a gate code or something like that, you can leave them here. During the pandemic time, they default to just, they leave it at your door, so you don't actually have to have any contact. And they've always, for me, actually, like, they leave it at the door and ring the doorbell, plus it notifies me in the app, so I know that they've left it, so it's not gonna sit out there. So then I just click continue. I'm double checking my personal information, and then I click place order. Now, as soon as I have done this, my order will be on its way and be coming to me. But a little tip that I have is to take it to the next step. So it'll tell you how many hours you've saved. It says I've saved 43 hours, and I can actually believe it. Like, it really does save a lot of time. And I've used this quite a bit. It still is giving you an opportunity to add things, so you can actually add things at any time until they start shopping your order, and they'll let you know when that is. So that's one thing. If you like place your order and then 20 minutes later you realize, oh, I wanted to make this or I forgot this, you can totally add them in. So I find that that is super handy, and sometimes I just like browsing through the things that they have suggested to see if there's anything that I might enjoy that I didn't add to my cart. And then the most important thing here is to click next. And this is the beauty of Instacart. And this is something that if you're not familiar with it, you might overlook, and this will save you a lot of trouble. All right, so when your shoppers are shopping, both before and during the pandemic, but even more so during the pandemic, things would be out of stock. Just like when you go to Aldi, something may be out of stock. And they will do their best to replace it with something that makes logical sense. So if you had like regular mozzarella cheese, they might replace it with an Italian blend of cheese or something like that. And usually they do a pretty good job, but sometimes there's not really a good equivalent. So what I like to do is take the extra time and go in here and I can say, yes, definitely replace this with the Mexican blend, or I can look for what my other options are. So these are the two things that they have for me. Yes, I would take organic if they were out of that. So I'm able to customize this, and then if I like it, I just click approve. I'm gonna show all the items. This really doesn't take long, and the other thing that you can do if you're like, I don't wanna go through and do that for all the items, is if there's something that you know, hey, I really don't want this substituted, then go ahead and say don't replace. Like this one is defaulting to just don't replace it. If that's the only kind of mini snack packs that my kid likes, I can say just don't replace it. And in this case, like for this one, we only want the ones with the green chilies. So I'm gonna say don't replace it. If they don't have it, they'll refund it. This I would be fine with. These are automatically approved. Yeah, I'd be fine with this one. This one I do not want to be substituted. You can also do this on your phone as well. So you don't have to just do it on the computer. I think it's also defaulting to things that I have chosen in the past, so it kind of knows that. I don't think that Aldi has any other types of water, so like just plain water, so I wouldn't want them to replace that. Yeah, and it's definitely choosing, like defaulting to the things that I have already told it in the past to, if they don't have sour cream, always replace it with non-fat Greek yogurt, so it remembers what you've done and saves you so much time. And in this one, I think it's saying don't refund because in the past I said, nope, that's all I want. Now this, I would take another type of potato if they did not have russet potatoes. So I just think this is an amazing feature of Instacart and something I did not know at first. And so it's been super helpful. And again, if you don't do this, they'll still shop your order and do their best, but this is just an optional step, especially if you feel like you're fairly picky about what you get. This one, I know that there's another vinegar, so I would be happy to take that instead, like the larger one. And then I just say, looks good, perfect. I also think it's interesting they've recently done gift cards. I think this would be an amazing gift for someone who can't get out as well. Maybe you just had surgery or something like that. Someone who can't get out as much because of the pandemic, someone who just had a baby or something like that. It's hard to get out and shop. I think, this would be amazing. And for anyone, it's just nice to have someone bring you your groceries every now and again. Now that I've done this, I can still go in if I want to, and I know that I have another store that I want to shop at. I'll just click there and I'll go shop at the next store and get that delivered as well. And it'll also tell me what the status is. And on the app, it tells me that as well. And it will pop up with little notifications whenever they've started shopping. Whenever they do make a substitution, it'll pop that up. And so if I had forgotten to go do that step, I could intervene right then if I'm watching my phone and say, hey, please don't do that. You can actually communicate through the app with your shopper directly. So if you see that they substituted something and you don't want that, you can communicate with them directly, which I think is super useful. It's not like you can never talk to them, and so that they can get you exactly what you would like. I hope this has helped give you some ideas on how you can grocery shop from home. If you plan to try this method of shopping, or if you've already tried it, why don't you leave me a comment and let me know that you're gonna try it, or let me know what your experience has been. And be sure to click the link down below to sign up for Instacart for yourself.